Hey, everyone, welcome back to Sugar Bee. Today, we're diving into the trailer for the final season of Outlander. After more than a decade of romance, sacrifice, and time-bending twists, the story of Jamie and Claire Fraser is finally reaching its heartbreaking conclusion. And if you thought you were ready for this, think again. The new trailer teases love, loss, shocking reunions, and a goodbye that fans have been both dreading and longing for. So grab your tissues, because we're breaking down everything you need to know about Outlander's epic final chapter. Claire was pushed to the brink, accused of murdering Malva Christie and her unborn child. Just when all seemed lost, she was cleared and rushed back into Jamie's arms in the midst of the American Revolutionary War. Jamie, meanwhile, faced the most brutal fight of his life. He took up arms for the American cause, protected Claire during the Battle of Monmouth after she was injured, and somehow held it together through sheer will and love, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared us for the haunting lullaby in the final episode. The same lullaby Claire once sang to her daughter Faith, who was thought to have died in France, resurfaced, sung by a young girl named Fanny Beardsley. That moment changed everything. Could Faith really be alive? Could Claire and Jamie truly have a grandchild they never knew about? Sam Heughan himself said in an interview that discovering this twist was as shocking for the actors as it was for us. And honestly, it raises so many questions. If Faith survived, why did no one tell them? And how did she end up in Fanny's world? Season 8 will apparently explore all of that. There are strong whispers that the mysterious Master Raymond faked Faith's death to protect her and whisked her away. Remember Claire's dream when she was ill? Raymond reappeared and apologized. That wasn't just a dream, it was a clue. We'll reportedly get flashbacks showing Raymond's role in the events following Faith's supposed death, and then there's the broken bond between Jamie and Lord John Grey. Their friendship, once filled with mutual respect and deep unspoken emotion, was shattered when Lord John married Claire, believing Jamie had died. According to rumors, Lord John may try to redeem himself by sacrificing his life for Jamie. Just the idea is devastating, but despite all the heartbreak, the cast and creators have promised that this finale won't leave us in despair. Sam said on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast that wrapping up 101 episodes over 11 years has been a wild, rewarding ride. Katrina Balfe shared in a farewell message that they hope to make fans proud, and honestly, they already have. John Bell, young Ian, Richard Rankin, Roger, and Sophie Skelton, Brianna, have all hinted that the story will conclude with both emotional weight and powerful closure. Though Starz hasn't confirmed the full returning cast, we know Sam, Katrina, Sophie, Richard, John, Lauren Lyle, and Cesar Domboy are all on board. Tobias Menzies, however, has confirmed he won't return. As Frank Randall, we're also meeting some new faces this season. Kieran Boo joins as retired British soldier Charles Cunningham, Frances Tomelty plays his mother Elizabeth, and Carla Woodcock will appear as Amaranthus Grey. The season will primarily adapt Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone, Book 9 of Diana Gabaldon's series, with some early threads from Book 10 as well. So even book readers will have surprises in store, and let's not forget that emotionally loaded teaser Starz dropped. Just 15 seconds long, but it hit like a ton of bricks. Jamie, staring into Claire's eyes, says, "And the day shall come that we do part. If my last words are not 'I love you,' it's because I didn't have time." A line that pretty much confirmed our worst fear, that this season will feature a final goodbye. But here's the silver lining: while Outlander may be ending, the world isn't. Starz is already preparing to launch Blood of My Blood, the much-anticipated prequel exploring Jamie's and Claire's parents. It's set to premiere on August 8, 2025. The new show will jump between 17th-century Scotland and World War I England to tell the origin stories of Brian Fraser, Ellen Mackenzie, Henry Beecham, and Julia Morriston. We'll even meet younger versions of Dougal, Colum, Ned Gowan, and Joe Costa. Now, let's talk about what Season 8 might actually feel like as it unfolds. From all indications, this won't be just a tidy wrap-up. It's going to be a soul-shaking, emotionally rich farewell. The showrunners are taking their time to give every major character a proper conclusion. And honestly, they owe us nothing less after 11 years of watching these characters grow, fall apart, and rebuild. That Claire's journey especially seems to be coming full circle. From the very first season, she was a woman out of time, literally. But she adapted, endured loss after loss, and somehow stayed true to herself even in the face of brutality, trauma, and war. The Outlander final season trailer doesn't waste any time pulling at our heartstrings. It opens with a line so powerful, so raw, that fans everywhere instantly felt the weight of what's coming. Jamie Fraser's voice fills the screen with the haunting words, "And the day shall come that we do part. If my last words are not, I love you, it's because I didn't have time." Just like that, the tone of the entire season is set. We know we're not simply watching another chapter in the saga, we're witnessing the beginning of the end of. For years, Jamie and Claire have been the heart and soul of Outlander. Their love story is unlike any other we've seen on television. It has survived the impossible, brutal wars, violent betrayals, devastating losses, and even the divide of centuries. Claire was ripped away from her own time, Jamie endured the horrors of prison and battlefields, and together they've faced heartbreak after heartbreak. And yet, no matter what fate threw at them, they always found their way back to each other. That resilience has been the cornerstone of their love, but now, for the first time, the possibility of a true and final farewell looms large. This isn't just another separation where we know deep down they'll find a way back. The trailer suggests that the forces of time and destiny may finally succeed in pulling them apart for good. And it's that uncertainty, the not knowing if this will really be the end, that has fans both dreading and anticipating what's ahead. The choice of Jamie's words in the trailer isn't accidental. They echo the very essence of his love for Claire, eternal, unconditional, and unwavering, even in the face of death. By saying, "If my last words are not, I love you, it's because I didn't have time," Jamie is assuring us, and Claire, that his love is the last thought in his mind, no matter the circumstances. It's a declaration that feels less like dialogue and more like a farewell letter to the audience who has followed their story for over a decade. The looming goodbye also ties into the larger themes of Outlander. From the very first season, the show has explored the fragility of time and the choices we make within it. Every moment Jamie and Claire have shared has been borrowed time, snatched away from the chaos of war, politics, and the ever-present danger of being torn apart. Season 8 is not just the end of their love story, it's the inevitable consequence of living on the edge of history itself. Visually, the trailer reinforces this heartbreak. Quick flashes of Jamie and Claire embracing, their faces illuminated by candlelight, suggest intimacy and tenderness, but also finality. There's a sense of urgency in every glance, every touch, as if they're holding on tighter because they know the sands of time are slipping away. The emotional weight is unmistakable for fans. The trailer's opening moments confirm what many have feared since the beginning: the Frasers' love story, as immortal as it feels, may finally meet its mortal end. And while the thought is heartbreaking, it also promises one of the most powerful, emotional send-offs television has ever given us, because if there's one thing Outlander has taught us, it's that true love doesn't end with goodbye. It lingers, in words, in memory, and in the hearts of those who have witnessed it. And with Jamie's haunting promise echoing in our ears, we know this final season will not only break us, it will stay with us forever. If the trailer's opening moments weren't already emotional enough, the next revelation strikes at the very core of Claire Fraser's greatest heartbreak: the loss of her first daughter, Faith. For longtime Outlander fans, Faith's tragic death in France remains one of the most gut-wrenching moments in the entire series. Claire's grief was raw, unfiltered, and unforgettable, so much so that even after all these years, viewers still feel the sting of that loss. And now, Season 8 is daring to reopen that wound. The haunting lullaby that resurfaced in the Season 7 finale returns in the trailer, but this time it's sung by a mysterious young girl whose face we only glimpse briefly. The melody is unmistakable, of the very one Claire once sang to Faith. That small detail is enough to ignite speculation across the fandom. Could it be possible that Faith survived? Could this girl be connected to the child Claire thought she lost forever? Whispers suggest the answer lies with one of Outlander's most mysterious figures, Master Raymond. Known for his almost supernatural presence and deep ties to Claire's fate, Raymond has always lingered on the edges of her story. Many fans remember Claire's fevered dream in Season 2, when she was gravely ill. Raymond appeared, apologizing and offering cryptic comfort. At the time, it was brushed aside as a vision. But now, looking back, it feels less like a dream and more like a clue planted years in advance. According to the rumors swirling around Season 8, Raymond may have faked Faith's death to protect her from forces Claire never knew about. If true, this twist would not only rewrite Claire's past but also shake the foundation of her entire identity as a mother. Imagine believing for decades that you buried your child, only to discover she lived, and possibly even had a life of her own. The emotional weight of that revelation is almost unimaginable. The trailer teases that we'll get flashbacks exploring what happened after that tragic day in France. Did Raymond secretly whisk Faith away to safety? Who raised her? And why was Claire kept in the dark for all these years? These questions open a floodgate of possibilities, each more shocking than the last. For Jamie, too, this revelation would be earth-shattering. Though he never had the chance to meet Faith, her loss was a wound he carried alongside Claire. The possibility that their daughter survived could bring joy, but also anger, confusion, and heartbreak at the years stolen from them. How do you process the fact that your child has lived an entire life without you, and what of the mysterious girl singing the lullaby? Could she be Faith herself, or perhaps Faith's daughter, making Claire and Jamie grandparents without ever knowing it? The trailer doesn't confirm, but the implications are staggering. If this girl is indeed tied to Faith, Claire's past will collide violently with her present, forcing her to face truths she never imagined possible. This storyline has the potential to be one of the most emotional and complex arcs Outlander has ever attempted. It's not just about the shock of Faith's possible survival, it's about the ripple effect that revelation will have on every relationship Claire holds dear. From her bond with Jamie, to her place in Brianna's heart, to her own sense of who she is, nothing will remain the same. Among the many emotional threads woven into the final season of Outlander, few carry as much weight as the complicated bond between Jamie Fraser and Lord John Grey. Their relationship has always defied easy definition, existing somewhere between friendship, loyalty, and unspoken love. It was a bond built on respect and tested by circumstance, and for many seasons, it was one of the most quietly powerful storylines of the show. But as the trailer reminds us, that bond is now fractured, and season May 8th decide its fate once and for all. To understand the gravity of this arc, we have to look back at where Jamie and Lord John began. Their story was forged in pain and honor, when Lord John first encountered Jamie as a prisoner. Rather than treat him as a common criminal, John extended dignity and compassion, even as his own feelings for Jamie deepened into something more. Over time, their connection grew into a mutual respect that many fans considered one of the purest friendships on the show, but everything changed when John married Claire, believing Jamie had died. It wasn't an act of betrayal so much as a desperate attempt to provide Claire with protection and stability in Jamie's absence. Yet when Jamie returned and learned the truth, the trust between them was shattered. The wounds from that revelation never fully healed, and in Season 8, the trailer suggests that the past will come roaring back with devastating consequences, and rumors are already swirling that Lord John may seek redemption in the most heartbreaking way possible, by sacrificing his life to save Jamie's. Imagine the emotional weight of such a moment. For John, it would be the ultimate act of loyalty and love, giving everything for the man he has cherished for years, even if that love was never fully returned. For Jamie, the loss would be profound. Despite their rift, Jamie has always acknowledged John's honor, courage, and devotion. To lose him in such a way would leave a scar that could never heal. The trailer hints at moments of tension between them, lingering glances heavy with unspoken words, sharp exchanges filled with both anger and sorrow, and flashes of John in battle, as if preparing for a final stand. Fans are already speculating about whether this is foreshadowing John's ultimate sacrifice or simply a misdirect designed to stir up emotions. Either way, the storyline promises to be one of the most emotionally charged arcs of the season. This potential redemption arc also ties directly into the themes of loyalty and sacrifice that have defined Outlander from the beginning. For Jamie, loyalty has always been the foundation of his character, whether to his family, his clan, or to Claire. For John, love has always been the driving force, even when it meant enduring rejection. To see those two qualities collide in a final act of sacrifice is both tragic and poetic. If Lord John does make the ultimate sacrifice, it won't just affect Jaime. Claire, too, has a complex history with John, one filled with both gratitude and conflict. His death could leave her reeling, forcing her to reconcile the role he played in both saving and complicating her life. And for the wider Fraser family, the loss of a man who, despite his flaws, consistently tried to do right by them, would be a devastating blow. Season 8 is shaping up to give this relationship the closure it deserves, whether through reconciliation, sacrifice, or perhaps both. One thing is certain, the arc of Jaime and Lord John will not leave fans untouched. It will remind us that love takes many forms, and that sometimes the deepest bonds are not defined by romance, but by the sacrifices we make for one another. As the Outlander final season trailer unfolds, one thing becomes clear: history is no longer a distant threat, it's here, it's brutal, and it's unavoidable. The Revolutionary War, which has been simmering in the background of recent seasons, now erupts into full force, pulling Jaime and Claire directly into the heart of one of the most defining conflicts in world history. And the trailer makes no attempt to soften the blow. Explosive battle sequences, smoke-filled skies, and the deafening chaos of musket fire remind us that this is not just a love story anymore, it's a fight for survival. Jaime Fraser, as ever, cannot stand on the sidelines. The trailer shows him once again taking up arms, his face a mix of determination and weariness. For Jaime, this war is not simply about politics, it's about protecting his family and the future of the land they've built at Fraser's Ridge. But with every musket he raises and every sword he swings, the toll on his body and soul becomes more evident. He's not the young Highland warrior we first met. He's a man who has already endured a lifetime of battles, and now he faces perhaps his last. Meanwhile, Claire is right in the thick of it, her medical skills stretched to their very limits. The trailer gives us glimpses of her in blood-soaked tents, desperately tending to wounded soldiers under impossible conditions. For Claire, the battlefield is its own kind of hell. She's seen death before, but the Revolutionary War brings carnage on a scale she's never confronted. Every bandage wrapped, every life saved, is a small victory against overwhelming loss. But the strain is visible. Her eyes reflect both the exhaustion of a healer and the fear of a wife who knows her husband may not come back. The stakes could not be higher. This isn't just about the survival of Jaime and Claire, it's about the birth of a nation. As the colonies fight for independence, the future of America hangs in the balance. And caught in the middle are the Frasers, whose decisions could alter not only their family's fate but also the course of history. The trailer cleverly juxtaposes sweeping shots of battlefields with intimate moments between Jaime and Claire, reminding us that every cannon blast is also a countdown to the possibility of their final parting. The Revolutionary War arc also raises deep questions about destiny. Claire has always known, from her unique perspective as a time traveler, how this war ends. But knowing the outcome doesn't protect her from the cost. History may guarantee American victory, but it does not guarantee that the people she loves will survive to see it. For Jaime, who fights without the benefit of foreknowledge, every decision feels like a gamble with fate. What makes this chapter of the story so powerful is that the war is not just a backdrop, it's a crucible. It forces every character to confront who they are when everything they love is at risk. For Jaime and Claire, it's the ultimate test of their resilience, their courage, and their devotion to one another, and yet, beneath the gunfire and the bloodshed, there's a lingering sense of inevitability. Each clash, each explosion, feels like the world tightening its grip on the Frasers, pushing them toward the parting that Jaime's chilling words at the beginning of the trailer foretold. The Revolutionary War is more than just history, it's the storm that could finally tear Jaime and Claire apart. The trailer for Outlander's final season doesn't end with the clash of battle or the cry of war, it ends with a quiet, haunting montage that lingers long after the screen fades to black. Jaime and Claire are shown embracing in the glow of candlelight, their faces etched with both love and sorrow. Over the imagery, voices whisper across time, almost as if the stones themselves are calling. And then we see it, the symbolic turning of the stones, a reminder that time has always been both a gift and a curse for the Frasers. It's not just a montage, it's a farewell letter to fans who have walked this journey for more than a decade. While the series itself is preparing to close its final chapter, this montage promises that Jamie and Claire's love story will continue to echo far beyond the ending. Because Outlander has never been only about the events of history, it has always been about legacy. The choices made by Jamie and Claire have shaped not just their lives, but the generations that follow. Their courage, their sacrifices, and above all, their unwavering love ripple through time, leaving behind a mark that cannot be erased. For many fans, this scene is a bittersweet comfort. It reminds us that while we may be preparing to say goodbye to the characters we've loved for so long, their story is not truly ending. Starz has already confirmed Blood of My Blood, a prequel series that will dive deep into the love stories of Jamie's and Claire's parents. This new chapter will take us back in time, exploring 17th century Scotland and World War I England, where the foundations of Jamie and Claire's destiny were first laid. The inclusion of younger versions of beloved figures like Dougal, Colum, Ned Gowan, and Jocasta promises that the world of Outlander will remain alive and rich with new stories to tell, but for now, the focus is on this final ride with Jamie and Claire. The montage captures what fans love most about them, their ability to cling to one another even when the world around them falls apart. Each whisper across time, each glance lit by candlelight, is a reminder that love is not bound by the ticking of a clock or the turn of a calendar. It endures, through lifetimes, through history, and even through goodbye. The turning of the stones in the trailer is especially symbolic. From the very beginning, those ancient stones have represented fate, chance, and the uncontrollable currents of time. For Claire, they were the doorway into a life she never imagined, but also the source of countless struggles. To see the stones turning now suggests that the circle is finally complete. Their journey began with a crossing, and now it seems it may end with one too. Whether it signifies reunion, parting, or something more mysterious, it's a powerful image that ties the story together. As fans brace for the finale, one thing is certain: Outlander is not simply ending, it's leaving a legacy. Jamie and Claire's love has transcended time, survived the impossible, and captured the hearts of millions. This final season may deliver heartbreak and closure, but it also promises to remind us why we fell in love with their story in the first place. And as the trailer makes clear, though the series may say goodbye, Jamie and Claire's love will continue to live on, in the past, in the future, and in the hearts of fans forever. As we prepare for the final season of Outlander, one thing is certain: Jamie and Claire's love story will leave a mark that time itself can't erase. Whether we're ready or not, their journey is about to reach its heartbreaking end. And here on Sugar Bee, we'll be covering every twist and emotional moment, so be sure to subscribe for more deep dives and updates. Now tell me in the comments, what do you think will happen in the final goodbye?